Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Sir, Dr. Suresh Babu, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, very good morning, madam. Good morning.
Sir, we welcome you to the 1-week FDP on application of emerging technologies in business, which is organized by JNTUA School of Management Studies, sir. We are very fortunate and we are very pleasure to have you here today, sir. Yeah, sir. Before starting the session, I want to read some points related to your profile, sir.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir. Good morning, participants. Good morning to one and all. And good morning to Dr. Suresh Babu Garu, today's resource person who is going to deliver his lecture on blockchain ecosystem. It's an immense pleasure for me to invite today's resource person, Dr. Suresh Babu Garu, to deliver his session. So here, according to my knowledge, I am going to present some key achievements and his academic profile related to Suresh Babu Garu. Suresh Babu Garu is working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in National Institute of Technology, Warangal, Telangana. And Sir has studied BTech in the area of in the stream of Computer Science and Engineering, JNTUA, Hyderabad, in the year of 2003. And Sir completed MTech in the stream of Computer Science and Engineering in VT University, Karnataka. And Sir pursued a PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, JNTUA, Kakinada. It's from Andhra Pradesh in 2017. Sir has taught some courses related to Computer Science and Engineering, which are data structures, theory of computation, compiler design, C programming, computer networks, and network security. Dr. Suresh Babu Garu areas of interest are computer networks, wireless networks, mobile ad hoc network, Internet of Things, and network security. SAR has published nearly 23 journals in various reputed UGC care journals and Scopus Index journals. And SAR organized nearly 13 workshops and conferences on the different themes. And SAR also attended so many workshops related to the area of data, big data analytics, and wireless and optical communication network, and various types of symposiums. And among one of those is network simulator also. And so coming to the awards and honors of Dr. Suresh Babu Garu, Sir received CSI Academic Award, Paper Presenter Award at International Conference held at CSI Annual Convention during 2018 at Science City, Kolkata. And Sir has received Best Teacher Award for 2 consecutive years, that is from 2015 to 16 and 2016 to 17 when he was working in KL University, Vadeshwaram. Sir, we are very fortunate to have you here today, sir. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and taking session on blockchain ecosystem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much for inviting me and introducing me to all the participants. I'm very thankful to you to share my knowledge to the participants. Very good morning to all of you. I think you have come across various concepts of the technologies which are going to use in the business model. As you know, the business model is changing day by day. We need to adapt to the new technologies. Right. Before I proceed to the blockchain ecosystem, just I want to ask a few questions to the participants. All are from MBA background or any other background faculty were there?
So majority of the participants are management only, sir.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Okay, right, madam. Sure. Right. Thank you, madam.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir.
name ago.
Yeah, my screen is visible.
Sir, yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Right. Once again, a very good afternoon, because it's difficult to learn this technology for the MBA people. You come across various financial aspects, marketing aspects, and then how this technology will help, especially to the financial sector. That's very important. When we talk about Bitcoin, that's an interesting cryptocurrency which is going to, from last maybe 3 to 4 years, we are using the technology of Bitcoin. Now, especially why the financial sector, financial institutions want to work on this Bitcoin or blockchain, the underlying technology of the blockchain. That's a biggest question we are going to have it. The first one is anonymity. Then the next one is we are going to ensure the transparency, and then enhance the security. Now, the major important parameter that need to be there if any business model is the first one is transparency should be there. Starting from the beginning, highest level to the lowest level, a lot of transparency need to be ensured. The next one, when we talk about the financial institution, the other important parameter is the security. Right, that security need to be there. Now, how can we apply this blockchain technology is going to work as a digital trust now? Right, if you see in this pandemic situation, maybe from last 3 to 2 years, especially in this pandemic situation, no one is exchanging their money. Manually, they are not exchanging the money. Everything is happening online. Now, we need to create, bankers should create a lot of digital trust among us, which is lagging now. Now, I want to ask a simple question to the participants in order to proceed further, for just to have a little bit interaction level. Otherwise, it's very difficult to sit continuously 1 hour. Now, whatever the financial institutions, they are centralized or they are decentralized or distributed? Anyone can give the answer? The banking sector, which you are going to rely, is on centralized system or decentralized system?
Centralized, sir. Centralized.
Yeah, just very good. We are working on centralized system because the money is going and coming out from the banks, and who is going to monitor? The RBI is going to monitor it. All right, all the banking institutions, they need to work under the control of the RBI. What are the instructions the RBI is going to give? And then all the banking sector, they need to work under the control of the banking institution. And then RBI, though it is autonomy, that whatever the rules, policies, it need to be followed, the instructions will come from the central government or government of India. That's a simple scenario which we're going to have. Now the question comes like this. Suppose, for example, if one of the banking sector, if they started misusing, right, or the RBI started misusing the banker, definitely the millions of people will be affected. Right, that's a major problem we do have it. Right, so therefore we'll try to see how we can create a distributed trust. How the blockchain is going to provide the distributed trust. That's the biggest challenge. Right. So my talk is all about how we can create a blockchain ecosystem in the form of a digital distributed trust. Right. So we'll try to see, my session will go like this. What are the various trends and technologies that a blockchain is going to be used? See, that's now, if you see, especially maybe from last 3 to 4 years, there are a lot of innovation was there. Industry 4.0 is all about new technologies. And these technologies which we are going to talk about, the industrial era, is all about distributed in nature. Okay, so if you say IoT, industrial, Internet of Things is there, or virtual reality is there, augmented reality is there, right? Additive manufacturing is there, automobile sector, or financial institutions, they need to go for other revolution for digitalization. A lot of digitalization is going on, like the cashless transactions, they need to be performed. So we are going to see a lot of trends and technologies. There are landmark technological advances were there from last few years we are observing. There are some problems were there in the centralized, in the traditional centralized system in financial institutions that we are going to see. Why is trend is moving from centralized system to decentralized system? Then the introduction to the blockchain we are going to see, and what are the key concepts of blockchain and the models of blockchain, which we're going to see in detail. Right. I request the participants, if I'm going a little bit fast, please let me know, because I'm going to teach to the non-technical, MBA faculty, where some technical terms, if you are unable to follow, please let me know, so that I can try my best to help to understand. Right. So now the blockchain is going to drive the various technologies. How it is going to drive the various technologies? That's an interesting parameter. We need to know it. Suppose, for example, now we can see, because though the blockchain or the Bitcoin concept, which we are going to see, they are mainly used for cryptocurrency. But the underlying concept of Bitcoin is a blockchain technology. We can apply this blockchain technology to other applications also. That we are going to see. Like the blockchain can be used in the 5G, in the 5G generation, right? Which is one of the distributed one. The next one, the blockchain can be used as an enhanced security feature. This is one of the important property that the financial institutions need to be aware of, because the blockchain is going to provide a built-in security. That built-in security will provide a lot of authentication, a lot of anonymity, a lot of transparency is going to be provided. And if anyone want to mislead, immediately all other persons will come to know it. Right? I'll give an example to understand that in detail. Suppose, for example, Varalakshmi Madam is there. She is a coordinator, right, to conduct this FDP, and she is authenticated. She has given she got the permission from the university representatives as well as from the AICT people, right? For example, now two autonomous bodies that has given the permission to conduct this FDP. Now, Madam has created from last 1 month. She want to gather all the resource persons, all the experts from the various domains, right? And she should circulate the brochure to all the participants, and she'll ask call for registration. Then, if any participant, for like if you're willing to attend this FDP, what you need to do is you need to fill the registration form. Now, in that registration form, what it will be there, a lot of policies will be there, right? You need to attend the FDP regularly. You need to write the exam, right? And there will be feedback will be there. You need to give in. If you fulfill all these things, only you will get the certificate. Certain rules will be there, and you should you should follow those rules, and you need to take the permission from your principal for attending this FDP. Right now, your principal is also one of the important person who are part of this FDP, because if the principal is your principal responsibility is what you need to monitor whether the faculty is attending the FDP or not. Varalakshmi Madam, a coordinator also need to be monitored. Like all the principals need to be monitored, coordinator need to be monitored, university representative need to be monitored, AICT people also need to be monitored. If any one of the faculty is not attending, immediately its smart contract will be invoked, and then immediately everyone will come to know that one particular person is not attending the class. So blockchain will help you a lot of transparency in that. Okay. And that's the point we need to know, the cybersecurity and the blockchain, which we're going to see. The other one is the big data. We can be used using blockchain, which we can use it in the financial sector, which we can use it. And then fog computing, which we are going to use in IoT, right? Which you're going to see. The fog computing is another area which we are interested with. And then AI, right? Now, even see in business also, we need to concentrate about, we need to, because if you want to make appropriate decision making, right? It is very useful for the MBA people, students to make, because you are the right persons to make appropriate decision making, right? So therefore, you need to apply, maybe the system is going to give the appropriate input, then the people and the process will play an important role to make the appropriate decision making. For that, we need to apply various technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning, where it will evaluate the data, it will analyze the data, and then it will give the appropriate meaning for further decision making. That's another technology. It means we can apply the blockchain and then the machine learning. So the next one is cloud computing. That is another area. We have enjoyed the fruits from last 5 to 10 years about the cloud computing concepts. And we are using very effectively in this pandemic situation. These are some of the technologies. Definitely, blockchain can play an important role in order to provide a lot of properties. Blockchain can be applied on these technologies. The next one, which you are talking about, vehicle-to-vehicle communication. Yes, this is another area, another sector, that vehicle-to-vehicle communication or driverless car, which is going to happen, how the blockchain is going to provide a transparency among to vehicle-to-vehicle communication, right? The next one is Internet of Things or industrial Internet of Things is another area where the blockchain can be used. So these are some of the blockchain that is going to drive various technologies. Okay. Now, if you observe, this information technology, because we are giving a lot of value to the information now. We are trusting the information now. We are getting the data, and that data will be converted in the form of information. From that information, we are gaining the knowledge, isn't it? So from last 40 to 50 years, there is a lot of data that is going to happen. The future which you are going to talk about, the future is all about the different technologies like IoT, cloud, big data. It can be applied in all the financial institutions also, like lot of sensor-based stuff. If you see, now if you are performing some online transaction through some UPI or some mobile banking, your biometric information, your sensor will come into the picture, your thumbprint will come into the picture. So IoT, cloud, big data will play a very, very important role. So for all these things, what is required is, it is required a distributed trust, which is lagging. If the distributed trust is not there, if the digital distributed trust is not there, then definitely it will not be, people confidence will not be there. Right, and no technology will be successful without building the confidence among the people, among the stakeholders. So the blockchain is going to provide a lot of solutions to the future technologies in the form of how to provide a digital trust. Okay. So therefore, the blockchain is going to provide a decentralized distributed trust. Now, I want to ask a simple question, because maybe this may be something like a third day. Now, how the blockchain is going to provide a distributed trust? Because you come across with some other research persons, I want to ask a simple question to make you interactive. Anyone? Anyone? How the blockchain is going to provide a distributed trust? Anyone? Just to have an interaction. Don't mind otherwise. Whatever you know, please you can answer. You can give the answer on this category. Okay, no problem. Right, we'll try to see. That's not a problem. Now, how it is going to provide a distributed trust? Suppose, for example, now we'll try to see, for example, I'll give the answer to your to the question which I asked. Now we are performing some online transactions now. A traditional online transaction which is happening in today's world is like this, which you're going to see. Now, what we are going to have, they are going to have two persons who are performing some online transactions here, which you're going to see. Now, user A is going to send some transaction 10,000 to user B. Right? Now, for that, what we need to concentrate in the sense how these transactions are happening. Now, we are going to rely on the trusted third party. Now, if I'm sending, for example, I'm sending an amount through Google Pay or through Phone Pay or through Paytm to the other person, who is monitoring our information? Can anyone? Who is monitoring our information?
Third party, sir. Third party bank.
Yeah, trusted third party. Your banking is the third party, or RBI is the third party. Now, for that, they are going to charge some amount for us. The transaction fee they are going to charge. So that's the point here. The responsibility of the trusted third party is to validate the entries. Right? Whether they are the two authenticated users, they are performing some transactions or not. And to safeguard the entries. No one should modify these entries. And to preserve the historic records. Right? To keep track of all the records, these are the responsibilities of the trusted third party. Now, what is the role of that? It is very expensive. Maintaining trusted third party is very expensive. Means every banking sector need to give some amount to that people, and it is very slow. It is very slow, right? Suppose, for example, if you want to contact directly to me, right? You don't have permission. Now you need to take the permission from the coordinator. Then only you can contact me, right? Now, what is that? It is very slow. Right? If instead of that, if you have a permission, directly you can contact me. or you should contact through coordinator only. So coordinator may not be possible to give the permission. So it is very slow, and there is a chance of fraud, subject to fraud. Right? You can say, for example, now if I observe that 48 faculty were there attending this FDP program, maybe one of the faculty started misleading. Right? He want to convince the madam, I'm having this work, my principal is not allowing, please allow me for 2 hours, I'm not going to attend it. So definitely, madam, okay, on soft corner, on definitely on humanity brand, okay, no problem, you can join in the afternoon. So what is that? There is a chance of fraud. We don't know actual reason whether he's having a work or not, but you want to mislead them. So subject to fraud can be happen, because now what is happening? Madam is trusting that participant, and then that participant can mislead it. So that's a major problem which is good. I'm giving only an example to understand, because I'm not criticizing anyone. Just I'm taking an example to understand you. Okay, don't mind. Subject to fraud can be happen using the trusted third party. So what is the problem with the centralized system is the money is going to transfer between the two accounts, and currency will be printed, controlled by the government or through RBI. And then we are going to have a network certificates. We call them as a trusted authority. If you type HTTPS, if you heard about, well, the typing HTTPS means securing on the application. Okay. Any doubt? Okay. Now, this is a certificate authority for providing security purpose between the applications. We use trusted authority. Now, the next one is the final one. We are going to see in all the 3 cases, a trusted third party need to be trusted. Means everyone need to be trusted. Suppose, for example, all the participants who are coming, all the principals from their respective college need to trust the participants. Even the coordinator need to be trusted all the participants. Now, what is a major problem with the trust in the sense, if I trust you, you bluff me. I trust you, you bluff me. Right? So that's why we'll try to see here what is the problem in the centralized system. Now, I request the participants, please observe carefully and tell me what is there in all the 3 pictures.
Relation, sir. Relation, understanding, human relations, network.
Sir, can you? I'm getting a lot of disturbance from your thing. Can you once again come once again?
Sir, human relations, human relation, network, the chain system.
Oh, good. Okay, human relations. Some other way, another way. I think it's
and hand-to-hand network.
Here, there is no person. There is no thread to handle. Only he is relying on this person.
Believe, trust, believeness, trust.
Yeah, believeness. Very good. Any other answers from the other participants? Just to have an interaction. That's it. That's it. Otherwise, what you will feel bored, and then it's a new area which is unrelated area for you. So, to have an interaction, your involvement is highly appreciated, isn't it?
Faith, sir. Faith.
Faith. Very good. Faith. Yes. Very good answer. Now, if you observe that, we have grown in such a beautiful world in the form of trust. Like mother is here. You see, mother is trusting the kid, and kid is trusting the mother. All right, and Papa is father is trusting his son, and son is trusting the father. Right, and if you are using key. Right, a friend is trusting and he's giving a key to the other person, right? And then human beings are trusting each other, therefore, and this fellow is trusting the remaining 3 fellows, right? And this fellow is trusting this fellow. And see, if this fellow is trusting this fellow. Now, because of this digital trust, whatever we have come across, because of the distributed trust, right, there is a lot of problems will be there. Yes, we are trusting. For example, the teacher is going to trust all the students. Later, the students can bluff the teacher, right? So that's a major problem. That's a major problem in this trust in the trusted environment. Okay. Now, what is happening in the centralized system or in the centralized system problem is central party maintains a large database of information. Central party maintains a large database of information. We are storing a data at one place only. So if we are storing the data at one place, suppose for example, the money will be, we are going to place, the banker is going to store all the amount at the ATMs. So definitely what will happen, it will attract the hackers, right? So the valuable information is there. So therefore what is happening, it attracts the hackers. That's the first problem. The second problem, central party may be hacked and it affects the millions of users. Millions of users. Third one, central party is a single point of failure. Suppose, for example, assume that if Varalakshmi Madam is delayed for 1 hour and it will affect the whole participants will be waiting, resource person will be waiting, university administration will be waiting. Now, what Madam should do? Madam should do, because if the FDP started at 9 o'clock, she should be ready by 7:30. Right? Otherwise, single point of failure, because everyone is relying on the coordinator only. We are relying on the coordinator. So that's the point. Central party is a single point of failure we have. Okay, that's another problem we have in the centralized system. So, you do have any doubts here? What is the problem with the centralized system? Any doubts, sir?
Sir, is it only depending on trust?
Hello, Ravi Shankar sir, please.
Sir, is the financial transactions only depending on the trust?
Yes, I am unable to hear your why. Maybe my side why problem is there. I don't know. Hello. My voice is audible?
Transactions. Yes, sir. Your voice is audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Are the financial transactions only depending on the trust of each other?
Yes.
Or do we have any financial security there?
No, we are trusting. That's why if you come across to see, now if you're performing online transaction in the sense you're relying on the third party. Yeah, PayPal is a third party, isn't it? Means some authentication between the banker and the between the users. The banker is going to rely. The banker is going to rely on the trusted third party, and he is going to maintain the certificate, valid certificate, whether this fellow is a registered user or not. Right, whether the client is a registered user or not, is a member of that. All the processing will be taken care by the trusted third party.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So, yes. Legal association through trusted third party network parties only it is going to happen. Very good, sir. Great. No, because of the trust, these things are happening. Because of the trust, these things are happening, right? If you see, the certificates were compromised and it will affect the millions of users. So the trend is moving from centralized system to decentralized system, right? The trend is moving from centralized system to decentralized system. Now, how to create a distributed trust among the people? How to create a distributed trust among the people? Now, this is a little bit of weak link security. Only one banker will maintain only one key. Right? Only banker will maintain, and this key will be rotating among various people. Right? This is the weakest link key we have, and it will be suitable only for only group of people. The next one is strongest link security in the small group. Right? If you go for if you have a locker, and then we are going to have a strongest link to security for a smaller group, we can have it. Now, even it is happening between the stakeholders as well as the banker. Right? Banker. The third one is a little bit interesting. Strongest link security for a larger group need to be provided. If you're performing online transactions, it is not for smaller group. We need to cover for larger group. Now, if I want to send 1 crore rupee without involvement, that's a problem. Without any involvement, I'm going to send straight away to the other people without knowing anyone. We need to provide that distributed trust among the larger group people. So therefore, the strongest link security for a larger group need to be provided. Right? That is our goal. For that, what we are going to say, we are going to move from centralized system to decentralized system. It should be distributed, peer-to-peer, directly peer-to-peer communication need to be there. No single point of failure, and it is very difficult to hack. Very difficult. If you hack it, they will come to know that if you hack it, everyone will come to know that you have hacked it. Suppose, for example, I'll give a small example to you. Now, all the participants, suppose, for example, how many participants were there in this 47 faculty participants were there in this program. Now, what is happening? Now, 47 faculty, you need to take from your respective HODs or principal permission to attend this FDP program. Now, 47 principals are monitoring you, right? Along with the coordinator and university representative as well as AICT members that are monitoring. It's around 41 to 51 members are monitoring whether the FDP is going on smoothly, they're conducting effectively or not. All these things monitoring. If any one of the faculty is left that one, everyone will come to know that that faculty is left. You will get a message, the faculty is left. Then immediately all other people will come to me, that shared information will be available to all the people that so-and-so faculty is left on so-and-so time. So the coordinator need not to worry because everyone know that that faculty has left for a certain duration of time. All right. So therefore, we are going to create now. Then immediately the transparency is there among group of people, all the people, right? So that's a major point we need to come across. So it's very difficult to hack. It's very difficult to hack, right? How? Now, the trend is moved from centralized ledger to decentralized ledger. Now, I want to ask this thing. I think you are very familiar with the ledger. What is that ledger, sir? Can anyone give the answer? The ledger which you're going to talk about.
Ledger is account statement, sir. It's account statement, individual account statement.
It's account statement which consists of set of transactions.
Yeah, yes. We take the transactions from the journal entries.
In the banking sector, definitely we are going to have a ledger which will be shared among the authenticated users. Which we are going to share among the authenticated users. Now, what is happening in the financial sector or in any business sector? This is a centralized ledger we have, where this is a centralized ledger where this ledger, all the users will be part of this people we have. This is a centralized ledger. We know that what is the problem with this centralized ledger. And decentralized ledger is we are going to have this ledger and a group of people, one banking with a group of people, another banking with a group of people, another banking with a group of people. Or, for example, the principal of one college, principal of the other college, principal of the other college, principal of the other college. Now, the communication is there among the principals. We call them as a validators. Now, this is a ledger where we can access. All the participants will access this ledger from that. Now, if you see cloud, though it is a centralized system, inside it is a distributed. See, inside it is a distributed here. Everyone will maintain a copy of the ledger. Everyone will maintain a copy of the ledger. Now, the fourth one is a distributed ledger. The distributed ledger is one of the interesting one. Every node, every peer node will maintain the copy of the distributed ledger. So this is one of the important one. We are moving from centralized ledger to decentralized ledger and decentralized ledger to maybe a distributed ledger, which you're going to see. Okay, so we are going for the decentralized ledger or distributed ledger, we call them as, where every peer will maintain a copy of the transaction. Okay. So now what we are going to see, a decentralized system are more reliable and it is fault tolerant. Suppose, for example, if something goes wrong at one system, immediately other functions we can recover from the other people because the same information is already available with the other people, right? Though it has some disadvantages, the research work is going on how to overcome those replication of the data. The second one is more secure and it is attack tolerant. More secure, attack tolerant. So for example, a faculty cannot compromise, cannot convince a coordinator because if you want to take a permission for 1 hour, you need to take the permission from all the at least 50% of the people. All the principals should give the permission along with the coordinator also. So therefore, it is the attack tolerant. The third one is no single point of bottleneck, no trusted authority, no intermediate authority. So it is very fast. Peer-to-peer communication. Fourth one, no single point of failure, no monopoly. It will be very cheaper. It is very cheaper. So to achieve all these properties like decentralized system, more security, no single bottle, no single bottleneck, no single point of control, all these things, to build a totally decentralized system with no central authority, the blockchain is the one way to do this. Why we are going for blockchain? I think now you got a clarity for this. Do you have any doubts here? Dasari sir, what is that clusters in the sense? Rajesh sir? Do you have any?
Clusters. I guess that clusters is a group of the people associated in the decentralized system. I think.
Yes.
I'm having a doubt on that. So in decentralized system, the clusters group of people may be affected if they hack someone. Only one specific group of cluster.
Now, for example, sir, I'll give a small example to understand you carefully. If you take one institution, now institution usually what is happening, the principal is going to control all the HODs and the faculty and the students, which is very difficult usually. Now he is acting as a centralized system. Now what is going to do, because to solve some problems, whatever we have come across, now what is going to happen? He is giving some power to HODs. Now the HODs will give the power to the faculty members, and then the faculty will give some permissions to the students. Now what is that it is happening here? Now a communication is going to happen. A principal is going to work like a distributed system. Now he is going to communicate with all the head of the departments. Now if you want to take a permission, he will take the opinion from all the HODs. Then he will take the collective decision. Right now, what is happening there? Right, if any one of the HOD is misleading, immediately all other people in the meeting itself, all other people will point out a particular HOD is not doing the work. So easily we can question and we can rectify there itself in a distributed system. Right. Now, a very good question, sir. Suppose, for example, if you go suppose, for example, I want to withdraw 1 lakh rupee. Now, what is happening here? What is happening now? If you give to the cashier will give a queue number. Right? Cashier will give a queue number. Right? Now, that queue number should go to the accountant. If it is more than 1 crore, then accountant should send to the branch manager. Then branch manager will send to the chief manager. Now, what is that? A single check is moving from 1 person to 5 members for proper authentication, which is a decentralized backing which you are going to come across. You got my point? Example? Right?
Okay, sir. Clear, sir.
Yeah. Now, if you see why the industry, especially why the ICT industry is interested in blockchain, information and communication technology is very interested in blockchain, why most of the companies are working on blockchain technology, specifically like banking sectors, Ripple, they are working on this blockchain technology in order to provide a lot of anonymity, a lot of transparency, enhanced security. It is going to be provided, right? Which we are going to see. Right. Now, industry is related in a blockchain because of it is one of the disruptive technology and a different model. It is going to give a lot of solutions. The second one is potentially broadly applicable, like a database replication, because the data is going to replicate among group of nodes or group of people, and potentially is going to provide new services and new use cases. As I already told you in the beginning of the slide, we can apply in various technologies like in 5G, or it can be in IoT, or it can be cloud, or it can be in financial institutions. We can use it, potentially use it. Therefore, it is work like a foundational technology. Right? It is going to sit in the middle, and then it is going to apply on various technologies to provide new services for solving the problems, which currently a centralized system is facing a problem. And many more reasons where the industry is interested in blockchain. We'll try to see. Now, if you see, right, the business is ready for the blockchain is ready for the business in the sense because of the shared ledger. The meaning of shared ledger is nothing but only append. No overwrite, no overwriting of that. Append only. It will allow only append. Distributed system of records, appending only. Suppose, for example, I'll give a small example to understand carefully. Now, I told to my student to deposit 10,000 rupees. Right? I have given 10,000 cash to him and voucher to deposit 10,000 rupees. Right? And my student went to a bank and he filled that voucher, and then he already given to the cashier. Now cashier will verify and he will take that 10,000 rupees, and then immediately what happened, and then he entered that information into the bank. Immediately I called my student, don't deposit 10,000 rupees, right? But the cashier, what it is, that is already committed. Now whether it is possible the banker will give 10,000, cashier will give 10,000 back to my student. Why? Now what the cashier will tell? Yeah, isn't it? Already committed in the database. Once it is committed, he is not having authority to return back. Only once the transaction is done, it is committed in the database. It cannot be modified. If you want to withdraw, once again you take withdrawal form and then you can withdraw it. So that's the point. Only append. We cannot reverse it. Isn't it? Very good. Very good. So what is going to happen? One more question I am seeing: how the profit and expenditure distributed? Yes, definitely, sir. See, because a blockchain will work like a information storage. Now, for example, now a lot of transparency need to be there, because we are not working on cryptocurrency, where that's a different story. The cryptocurrency is a different story, because without any government involvement, I can send some millions of crores to the other party who are staying in outside of the country. That's a different story. Now, the profit, even whatever the profit is happening, like usually the bankers or the main administrators will come to know that this information, that this much of profit we gained from this bank, from this financial year. That information should be known to all the people. Now, whenever this information we are going to store in the blockchain, all other participants who are part of the blockchain will come to know that this much property and this much expenditure will happen. The blockchain will give the information to you. Rajesh sir, you got my point? Okay.
Got it, sir. I got the point, sir.
The first one is the shared ledger. The second one is privacy. The privacy. Suppose, for example, now we need to provide, blockchain is going to need to, along with the transparency, there is a contradiction. What is the privacy? Now, if I want to communicate only to the group of people, like Rajesh sir has asked me a cluster. Now, I want to tell only to the administrators. Only principals need to communicate, not to the participants. So a coordinator can communicate separately to all the principals. So that's why ensuring appropriate visibility and transactions are secured, authentication and easily verifiable for all the people. Consensus, yes. If you are attended, if you are willing to attend this FDP program, now you need to give your willingness, your consent, your consents. Yes, I'm going to attend this FDP program from first day to the last day without missing any class. So that's an agreement. All the parties need to agree the network through verified transaction. That's a very important. Now, once you give the consensus, right, now immediately you will come to know that yes, I have given the agreement that I need not to miss any class. If I miss any session, immediately my principal will ask me, my coordinator will ask me, other fellows will ask me. That's what we call them as what? Smart contract. A smart contract is a piece of code which is running always along with the transaction, right? A business terms embedded in each transaction databases, and it will be executed within the transactions we have. We call them as what? Smart contract. It's a piece of code. Next one is confidential transactions, right? In business, the flexibility and security to make the transaction visible to set all the parties with the correct keys, with the correct password which we're going to use it. Next one, we are not using any cryptocurrency, especially for the business purpose. No cryptocurrency is used. That's why we are not using. We do not require any mining or expensive computation to assure the transaction. And the other one is a programmable, means you require some programming skills where to leverage the embedded logic in the smart contract. Smart contract means it is conditional based. Whether the person is agreed this what we can say, agreed to attend this FDP, that will be checked. And if it is violating, immediately smart contract will be invoked, and then information that blockchain is going to give to the particular person. So definitely, these are the important properties. Important properties that blockchain is going to be provided for the businesses. Okay. So therefore, some of the advantages of the blockchain which we are going to provide. The first one is not centralized. No intermediary is required. It reduces the cost because of the intermediary is not available. Transaction based shared ledger, which you can have it. Record keeping, we are going to keep all the recording, all the transactions at one place, so proper validation can be done in future if something goes wrong. Transparency among peer nodes. Efficiency can be improved very effectively, and no need of a third party here. No need of a trusted third party. These are some of the advantages of the blockchain which you're going to provide. Okay. Now, I want to ask if already it is covered, I'll skip it. Please let me know. What is blockchain now? If you already know the basics, then I'll skip those basics because to avoid the redundancy. What is blockchain now? Anyone? You come across the basics? Anyone? Some other resource person discussed already blockchain? Yeah, if it is already there, then I'll skip those topics. It's okay? It's okay? Now shall I just review? Okay, shall I review it? No answers, I think.
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam.
Morning, sir, already discussed the fundamentals related to the blockchain, sir.
Yeah. I think someone reviews are okay. Right. See, I highly, it is highly appreciated if you be active in this sense. Otherwise, what is this online situation I'm observing from last 1 year? I've conducted this because being a faculty sitting continuously 1 hour, it's very difficult. Or I know it, the problem, but only if you want to understand a little bit, I request you to have a lot of interaction can be done, because being a faculty, I know the problems to sit continuously 1 hour is very difficult. Okay, just to have an interaction for me.
Sir, one of the participant is asking for review for 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I'll go it, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Now, just quickly, we'll try to see, because already some other faculty is going to already discuss resource person. It's a distributed ledger technology. Blockchain, the other name is DLT, distributed ledger technology. And all we know that it is a shared ledger records, which will contain all the transactions. And it is a key value database with the current state. Once it is committed, it will be stored into the blockchain, which is an optional one. And then it is a decentralized peer-to-peer network of nodes, one-to-one, peer-to-peer, hop-to-hop. Decentralized means if I want to communicate, I'll communicate privately. If you see in chat box, we can communicate privately also. Rather than sending to all the members broadcasting, I can communicate only to the coordinator. It is possible. Decentralized peer-to-peer network of nodes. Next one is a public key cryptography without central authority. Public key cryptography without central authority. Then any transaction is added, is validated by the multiple entries. So all these properties will make a blockchain as a digital trust. A blockchain, because we know that blockchain is a distributed system, right? Or distributed network, we can call them as, which provides the digital trust. Okay. Now we'll try to see. We know that a blockchain is a distributed ledger technology because all the transactions are stored in the form of a ledger in a distributed manner or decentralized manner, so that no one will have the exclusive ownership or control, right? Or particular record or now even the accountant doesn't have the control, right? Everyone will come to know that the transaction was happened. Okay. Now if you see, this is a block 1 we have. This block 1 is going to link with the block 0. And then block 2 is linked with the block 1. And then block n is linked with the block n minus 1. This is a blockchain. Now, what is this meaning of that? It's nothing but what? A record or collection of records of transactions are captured in the form of a block. And every block is referring to the previous block. And it's forming a chain. Right? Now, each block consists of set of transactions, and this block consists of set of transactions, and this block consists of set of transactions. And this block is referring to the previous block, and this block is referring to the previous block. Hence, it is called as a blockchain technology. Okay? All right. Now, my question, this is a very important part. I request the participants, please study carefully. There are so many keywords are there, which are technically, which is not required, but for you to understand is very important. Now, what is that? A single linked chain of blocks, of verified signed transactions, because I'm going to sign it and everyone can verify it. I'm going to sign it, everyone can verify it. If user A is going to send a transaction, first of all, is going to sign the transaction and everyone in the network can verify it. Then that this transaction will be replicated globally on millions of nodes. So therefore, each and every block is linked with the hash pointer. Each and every block is linked with the hash pointer, right? So what is happening here? Now for that, if these transactions, this block consists of set of signed transactions and it is replicated globally, so that if any modification is happening, everyone will come to know that, because this blockchain is going to maintain by each and every peer. A block will be maintained by each and every peer. So what is happening here? If you change anything, the change is going to happen on millions of nodes to attack or change. So therefore, it is very difficult. If you want to change, you need to change to millions of nodes, which will not be happen. Right? That's a formal definition of the blockchain we have. Right. Now we do have 4 important key concepts: distributed shared ledger, cryptography, consensus mechanism, and smart contract. As already told you, these are 4 important properties we need to concentrate. Every blockchain, we need to have these 4 important properties. One is a distributed ledger, cryptography. I think it is not related to the MBA people, right? Consensus, it is related to the MBA people. We need to know a lot of agreement rules need to be there. And then smart contracts also, MBA people can work it out on how to write a smart contract, rules to be followed by each and every node. Okay. Now, just to understand carefully how to find and transfer a block we have. Once we know that, then we'll do some hands-on so that you will come to know that how we can use a blockchain in reality. Now we have a transaction 1. User A is sending some transaction to user B, and user C is sending some transaction to user D. User E is sending some transaction to F. User X is sending some transaction to Y, right? And then W is sending to some Z transaction. All these transactions are going to be created in the form of a block. We are going to create a block, And then once it is once the block is validated, and once the block, all the transactions are verified, and then we are going to send, a node is going to validate, like a principal is going to validate, right? Today, how many participants were attended, right? Along with the coordinator, all the principals also will validate it. Node will validate the block, and then the block is going to enter into the chain. And this chain will be updated in each and every peer node. In each and every peer node. Right? Now, for example, you see, all the verify all the transactions, transactions into the block stuff, solve the mathematical puzzle, right? Now, if you want to solve some mathematical puzzle, if you want to change, you solve the mathematical puzzle and then add the block to the chain. Add a block to the chain we have. So this is a way of how we are going to create a blockchain. Now, how to transfer a block means only you can sign. Only you can sign. Everyone can verify. Only you can sign. Everyone can verify, but you cannot deny. You cannot deny because all are part of the blockchain. You understood, sir? Any doubts here? Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, if you see here, now, for example, what we are going to see, now, this is one transaction. We'll see, you can understand it carefully once we do the practical. We have a transaction one, the hash of this transaction. It's like a fingerprint, hash. It's a hash of the transaction. And we have a transaction, this is a hash of this transaction. This is a transaction, this is a hash of this transaction. This is a transaction, this is a hash of this transaction. These two hash values, right, we are going to store here. These two hash values we are going to store here. And these two hash values we are going to store here. Like it's like a CC camera. Hash is like a CC camera. If if anything goes wrong, automatically everything will be monitored. That's why we are going to store all the transactions in a chain. And this chain is going to form in a block. And this chain is going to form in a block. You got it? So that's why, see, data 1, transaction 1, hash value is this one. Data 2, hash value is this one. Data 3, hash value. If any modification is there, automatically this value is also getting changed. And this is the data and this is the hash value. These two hash values are going to be changed here. These two hash values are going to be changed here. These two hash values are going to be kept here. And this hash value is going to have it. My question is, now if any data is changed, automatically this one will be changed or not? Hello?
It changes, sir. It changes. It changes.
It changes. Right? It changes. That's an interesting part we need to know in the blockchain architecture, because I'm not going in detail of the technical because of the bore of in detail concepts. Right? Once we know, next maybe one more session is there. Next session I'll show in detail once you know once you are clear with the internal architecture of the blockchain. Now, how the distributed ledger work in blockchain? How the distributed ledger works in the blockchain? Yeah. Now I request the participants, please see carefully here. And first, carefully understand the step by step how we are going to send that ledger into the blockchain. Then I'll explain. Okay, now you see here, user is going to initiate the transaction using digital signature. Digital signature is a cryptographic mechanism, right? Now we know that how to create a digital signatures. I think you, while seeing LIC script or when we are creating a lot of transactions, even I'll show you. I'll show you online. You just observe carefully. Now I'm going to convert. You can see me. You can see my presentation, no? All of you.
Yes, sir. I can see, sir. I can see, sir.
Even publishing also you are able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
The digital signature for understanding the persons. This is a PDF. I converted that now. How can I come to know that I have created my PPT? And if I want to send my PPT to all the members who can verify, yes, whether this is given by Suresh Babu or not, how can I come to know that? Only Varalakshmi madam, she will tell that, okay, this is given by Suresh Babu. Now, how to verify that this is given by the Suresh Babu? Now, we need to create a digital signature here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a digital signature. I'm going to place a digital signature here, right? A digital signature is going to be created here. Suppose, for example, you see. Now, it will ask that, right? Now, I'm going to create log this document after signing. Log this document because I've created with my mail ID esbabu@nadw.ac.in. Digital is signed by so and so, right? I'm going to sign it. Then I'm going to sign it for this one. A digital signature is going to be created here. Now, can you observe here? A digital signature is created. Sir, it's visible.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
See here, the signer ID has not been trusted yet because I have not created any password here. I have not given any password. If you see here, see error during signature verification. The signature is created, but I have not created any password there. Right now, what we are going to see here, if you observe carefully here, cut, copy, paste is not enabled now. Because I created a signature, no modification is allowed. You got my point, sir, all of you? You're able to follow me? It's a technical. No, nothing is there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are going to see all these things because I've created a panel. A digital signature is going to be created here. That's a point we need to know. What is that? A transaction is going to, we are going to initiate the transaction using digital signature, and then user is going to broadcast. Means I'm going to send that PPT to all the members. So user is going to broadcast the transaction to all the members. One or more node, like a coordinator, the coordinator of this FDP will validate the PPT. Yes, this is coming from the this is coming from the so and so research person, and even principals is going to validate. One or more nodes began validating each transaction. Then immediately the coordinator is going to combine all the transactions. Means because the coordinator now, Varalakshmi madam, she is going to collect all the PPTs from all the resource persons. She will zip it. She will create a block and she will send it to all the participants. That's why a transaction will be combined, a block with the other transaction. Then you can verify because you are attended the program, no? Whether this is a PPT, yeah, I've listened, I've attended, then you can verify and immediately you can tell that, no, this is a PPT which is not explained by the resource person. A wrong PPT that other person has sent to you. So a node will aggregate and validate the transactions into a block. And then node broadcast the blocks to each and every member. Then a consensus mechanism is going to be followed. Rules to be followed, and then we are going to enter that block into the blockchain. This is the way that distributed ledger work in the blockchain. Okay. So, any doubts here?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Clear, sir. Clear.
How many people are using mobiles, and how many people are? How many people are using laptops? I want to know.
Some majority are using mobile phones, sir.
Majority, madam. Majority of the people. Anyone using laptops?
I'm using laptop, sir.
Oh, good. Shiv sir is mobile, right?
So participants, if any one of you are using laptop, please mention
Right.
your
Anyway,
name.
otherwise, I'll show on my screen. You can see it, right? All of you. Now I'm showing a demonstration of blockchain. How the theoretical whatever we studied it. Now you can see. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now what I'm going to do you can do the people who are using laptops. You can do it carefully here. Now a blockchain demo by Anders. Your screen is font is sufficient. Font.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Once I click this one, then I'm going to see a blockchain here. I'm going to see a blockchain here. Shall I increase the font? Now it's okay. Size is okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Now what I'm doing here, right? Welcome. You observe carefully. Welcome. The hash is getting changed. As well is getting changed.
Yes, sir, it is changing.
Yes or no? A simple word is getting changed automatically, the hash value. If I remove it, its hash value change. If I keep it, its hash value change. Welcome to the FDP program. Correct. So this is a hash value which has been created. Right? That's the first step. Then I'll take one more thing, one more point. Blockchain demo, public and private keys. You'll get one more demo for that. Then I'll create the keys. Sir, any doubt here? Hash and hash value data, how it is getting? Then we are going to use cryptography. We are going to have a private key and public key. Suppose, for example, a private key. If you have a locker, for example, then you will have a private key. Private lock will be there, and the public key, because who are the in charge, the accountant who is in charge for that day, he is going to have a banker key. The banker key and the private key will be maintained. If two keys, so private key is maintained by individual user. A public key is the same user, but it can be shared among group of users. And there is a relationship will be there between the public and private key. If you see changing, both are changing. Is visible. Sir, it is visible?
Yes, sir.
Visible, sir.
The
Changing.
relationship is there between the public key and the private key. Then I'll go to the signature. I told you, digital signature. Now I'm going to sign the signature with my private key. Only private key will be there with me. Public key can be there with all the members. Now I'm creating a signature called hello, or I'm depositing 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees a message I'm going to have it. Now what I'm doing here, I'm encrypting, or I'm creating a signature with my private key. This is my private key. I'm signing. A signature is created. You're able to follow? Sir, if you are unable to follow, please unmute yourself.
I am following, sir.
Yeah. What we are going to do, we are going to verify. If someone is going to change, suppose now 10,000 I deposited, but it has been reached as 1,000 only. 10 is removed. Now, how can we verify? Means you can verify with my public key. He can verify with my public key. Okay, then verify. Now you see, you will get a red color where the signature is failed. No hacking, no modification is allowed. Signature is failed. Right? Now, if I get the 10,000, if I verify, I'll get a green color. You're able to see me? My screen?
Yes, sir. We are seeing, sir.
Oh, good. This is a digital signature. Then we will go to the a transaction. What is meant by transaction? Now this is a transaction, the public key from sender public key and receiver's public key. I'm sending a transaction. It's called as an identity. Now I'm sending 10,000 rupees. There is the public key from user A public key and user B public key. User A public key and user B public key. What with whose private key I need to perform? With whose public key need to perform? Public key or private key? We need to perform with the private key. We need to perform with the private key. I'll create a sign. I'll create a signature, message signature. I'll create a message signature. Then I'll verify with the same thing. If something goes wrong, signature is failed. If unmodified is there, then the signature is going to be verified. This is about the transactions we have. This is about the transactions we have. Then we'll try to see what do you mean by block. What do you mean by block? Now this is a block we have. This is a block, and these are nonce. It's a random value, and this is a hash value whose first four digits should be 0. Whose first 4 digits should be a 0. Now if you see here, now if you type 10,000, the hash value is changed or not? Sir, you are able to follow me, all of you. Hash value is changed or not?
Yes, sir.
The color is also getting changed. The color is also getting changed. So what you need to do is you need to mine it. Means you need to modify. You need to inform to all the members that the session has been modified. So again, we will get a new nonce value along with the new hash value. This is a block, right? Now we'll try to see how the blockchain is going to be created. Now, if you see, this is a peer A block 1. This is a peer A block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, block 5. Observe carefully peer A and peer B block. Peer B block. This is peer B block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. Right? Peer-to-peer communication. Peer C block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, and block 5. This is a block. Now observe carefully. Now I'll give some time to you. You observe carefully what is there in here. You observe carefully what is there. Sir, you observe block 1 and block 2. Block 1 nonce is this one. Block 2 nonce is this one. This is only one transaction base, and this is a set of transactions. Transaction 1, transaction 2, transaction 3. 3 transactions with the public keys. Transaction A to transaction B, transaction A to transaction B, transaction A to... This is a signature. This is a signature. This is a signature. Right? Now, what is happening here? Now, please observe carefully that there is one unique feature. How the chain is formed? How the chain is formed? Can anyone tell me here after observing? How blockchain is formed? A block is nothing but set of transactions. How the chain is formed? Yeah, good question, sir. See, we are going to have blocks can be restricted based upon the types of blockchain you are going to use it. It is a permission or permissionless, or we have private or public. Depending upon your application, we are going to use different types of transactions. There are different types of blockchain. If it is, if you want to restrict, we go for permission blockchain. If you don't want to restrict anything, we'll go for permissionless blockchain. Now, I want to ask how it is chain, how it is forming a chain, blockchain. Now, if you observe that the hash value of this one, the hash value of this one are same or different? These two. Same or different? Sir, you're following me? These two are same or different? See, the hash value of this one, the hash value of this one will be same. And if you observe here, the hash value of this one and hash value is this one will be same. It's forming a link. Right? Definition. The hash of this one will be same. The hash of this one and this one will be same. That's why it is forming a chain. And this hash value is going to is created based upon the previous transactions, all the transactions. Now, if you observe here carefully, now if I change something, all the blocks have been changed. You got a green color. The transaction, if it is changed, all the transaction is changed. Sir, it's different or same, sir? Ramon Reddy, sir? No, I don't know what is that different. They are not same or they are different? Hello? Yeah, hash is same. Hash is same. I think Prasanna madam is also saying different. No, it's not different. It is same. The link, it's like a chain. It's forming like a chain. It's forming like a chain we have, right? So if I want to change something automatically, now everyone should mine it. Everyone should accept it. That is, we call them as what? Mining. Then only this one is accepted. This block is accepted by one peer. And then this one should mine it. We need to mine it. If you observe carefully. It will take some processing time. That's why blockchains are computational overhead. Again, we need to mine it. Because link to be created, no? Now you see the hash values also. To accept simple modification. What is the modification? I change from 100 to 10. 100 to 10. Everyone should accept it. Yeah, now it has been changed. Now if you see, you observe this hash value and this hash value is same. Again, we need to mine it. Every block need to understand if I want to modify it. Similarly, now what is there here in this block? By another peer 100 having 100, but this peer is changed to 10. Now, if this will also need to change. So, what is that? His block also is getting changed. Again, this fellow need to be mined. So, hacking is very, 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 very difficult in the blockchain. Now, mine it. Mine it. Right? Now, this is the way that blockchain is going to be created. You can practice it if you are working on the systems. You can work it out. Even after the session also, you can work it out. You can create for your own business models, because now this is a technology where the combinations. So that's why we do encourage interdisciplinary. MBA people need to work with computer science, ECE for the solving new business models. So definitely it will be one of the interesting area where we can work it out for doing the projects, right? That's it from my side. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Practice these things, and then you can see this is a blockchain which we have been created. Yeah. It's an authentication. Mining should be maybe because if any one of the principal is not accepting, then that modification is not allowed. So it's like an authentication mechanism.
Participants, if you have any queries related to today's session, you can post your queries in the chat box, or else you can unmute yourself and directly you can ask.
Sir, thank you for your time and thank you for your time, sir. Valuable input. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rajesh sir. I think I thank each and every participant for their patience listening and responding. I thank all the participants.
Hi, Kishore sir. Do you have any doubt?
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Rajesh sir. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam.
Seems they are well understood about the concepts related to blockchain, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful session on blockchain ecosystem and about the fundamentals of blockchain. So again, you have the class on tomorrow, sir. So we're looking forward for your
Day after tomorrow, I think.
another. Yes, sir. Day after tomorrow. That's on Saturday. Yeah.
Yes.
We are looking forward for your another session also, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much, madam, once again for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge.
It's our pleasure, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I leave, madam, now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, one second,
Yes,
sir. Participants, if you have any questions, please note it down and you can ask, sir, in the next session also. So if you are not supposed to ask now, or if you are facing any network issues or some other issues in the sense, you can ask, sir, in the next class or next session. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your session and nice explanation.
Yes,
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, please join the session by 2:15 p.m. Sharply. Thank you very much.